When I first started watching Mr. Robot, I thought I knew what I was getting into. A dark, edgy show about a vigilante hacker dismantling the corporate elite? Sign me up. But as the episodes unfolded, I learned this wasn't just a show about a revolution. It made me realize how cynical I've become in my own life. And somewhere between the chaos of fsociety, the digital heists, and Elliot's hallucinations, it made me realize my cynicism isn't something that can be cured. It's part of me I have to face head on. Hello friend, let me tell you a bit about Elliot Alderson. He starts the show not as a hero, but as a ghost in the system. A lonely cybersecurity engineer who hacks people not out of malice, but because he's deeply distrustful, always expecting the worst in others. Yet beneath that paranoia, there's a strange kind of hope, because sometimes he uses those hacks to help. He calls out the hypocrisy of corporations and the emptiness of society, and I related to that. For a long time, I didn't realize how cynical I had become. At the time of writing the script, I'm lying in a hospital bed for reasons the doctors still can't explain. Don't worry, I'm still alive for now. Meanwhile, all around me, life kept moving. My friends were getting married, having kids, building their futures, and I felt like I was stuck in place, forgotten, left behind. And beyond just my world falling apart, it felt like the world was unraveling too. And when I met Elliot in season 1, it felt like I was watching a reflection. In season 2, Elliot dives deeper into the idea that control is an illusion. He's battling Mr. Robot, his other self, but really he's battling his pain, his childhood abuse, his guilt, his fractured identity. But the more he tried to control, the more out of control things got. The 5/9 hack didn't liberate the world, it caused chaos. And I saw my own patterns in that. The way I used sarcasm, pessimism, and detachment in order to avoid the idea of failure. Control is an illusion. That line hit me hard because deep down, I knew it too. And maybe I didn't need to control everything. Maybe I just needed to feel what I was avoiding. And that's where it got scary, because control isn't just a habit. It's a shield. It keeps you from being vulnerable and honest with yourself. One of the unique things that makes Mr. Robot different from any other show is that it brings to life emotional truths. First, there's Mr. Robot, his protector. Then there's his mother, the persecutor, the cruel voice in his head that tells him he's worthless. There's also young Elliot to handle the abuse he couldn't tolerate. And then there's the mastermind, the version of Elliot to deal with his rage and anger at the world. In the show, it was fascinating to see Elliot's different identities take shape, each one a reflection of his inner world. It made me think about the personas that I have. Beyond just being cynical, I recognize a few distinct versions of myself. Like Elliot, there's the persecutor, who's harsh and critical, the Debbie Downer, always expecting the worst, and one I call the Joker, the one who leans on self-deprecating humor as a defense mechanism, so I could lower the bar and not feel so much pressure. In the final season of Mr. Robot, Elliot is no longer just a force of chaos. His transformation comes to light during the confrontation with White Rose, when the two engage in a conversation that's less about hacking the world and more about clashing philosophies. Up until this point, Elliot has always been driven by a deep-rooted hatred of society. He sees the system as broken, manipulative, built to crush the vulnerable. But what makes this moment with White Rose powerful is that he finally articulates something deeper. He realizes that pain isn't something you can just erase. It's something you have to face. But more importantly, he refuses to give up on this world, imperfect as it may be. The man who once thought he could fix everything by tearing it all down or escaping it entirely finally accepts that healing requires presence, not fantasy. He chooses reality. What makes the ending so transformative isn't that Elliot beats the system or gets revenge. It's that he integrates his fractured self. He becomes whole. He becomes a part of Elliot's truth, not his mask. After watching the show, I realized that my own traits aren't inherently bad. They're not flaws, they're defense mechanisms, shaped over time to protect me. Just like Elliot's different identities, mine exist for a reason. And I think once I understood that, it was the moment my own healing can begin. I know, pretty lame. Mr. Robot didn't fix me. It didn't give me a clean, perfect answer. But what it did, what it still does, was show me that healing doesn't mean pretending to be okay. It means finally facing the parts of yourself you've tried so hard to bury. In my case, I thought being cynical would protect me from disappointment, betrayal, and failure. But all it really did was keep me disconnected from others and from myself. Watching Elliot confront his pain, accept his past, and embrace his whole identity, it gave me permission to try and do the same, to stop running, to stop hiding behind the persecutor, the Debbie Downer, and the Joker, and start getting to know the person underneath. Thanks to Mr. Robot, I'm trying to be a little more positive, optimistic, and confident. And maybe for me, that's my revolution. What's yours?